Once you've received your 7-day Find the Click challenge, you're going to get an email. Click on the Got Click Social and fill out the form completely. The more you fill this out, the easier your life's going to be later on. Choose the industry that you're in. In this instance, I'm going to use the maker station, so that is entertainment. So I'm going to choose that and go ahead and fill out the rest of the form and then agree to the terms and go ahead and let me in. And so for my trial, one of the things you're definitely going to want to do is make sure you have all your IDs and passwords available for all of your social media that you want to use for this. In this instance, I'm going to be using Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for this. And yes, I have a Pinterest, but I tend to like to do Pinterest separately. And I'm going to upload my logo because you can do some watermarks on some of your images. And this is a really nice feature just to give yourself a little bit of branding. You can choose any size you wish. I think the smaller and the subtler, the better. And I'm happy with that, so I'm just going to save that. Now, this is very important. If you've done the Find the Click challenge, a lot of this information you've already done in some of the exercises. So this is going to make your life a little easier. This is the tone of voice you're going to be using and different information that you can fill out here. Now, holding the post means if you're posting for someone else, then you're going to want to hold the post so that they can approve it. That's what that means. I'm just going to say no because I'm the top bottle washer in this operation, so I'm going to be the one posting here. And that's it. So you're in, and you can go right to the dashboard by clicking on the purple button, and this gives you all of where you're going to be publishing from. If you want to have more information and videos, just hit the drop down on the upper right-hand side and it will give you an overview of how this works. So if you ever forget things, it's right there. So I'm going to go ahead and do a simple post. I want to have hashtags. So this is for festivals. I've got a festival coming up in April, so I want to promote that. And I'm going to go right in here and create these hashtag groups. These are great because you can grab them at any time. It'll just pull them at random. So if you find hashtags that are popular for you, especially on Instagram or TikTok, not so much on Facebook, but I throw them in there anyway. And then you just hit save. And I'll do the same for kids' parties. I'll do the same for weddings, that sort of thing, depending upon what I'm posting about. But in this post, I'm talking about a festival that we're going to be attending in April. I'm going to upload a photograph. So consequently, if it's a photo, I'm not necessarily going to be posting that on my YouTube, and I'm not going to be posting it on my TikTok, but definitely be something I can do on my Instagram and something that I can do on my Facebook page. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do the watermark here or not. I certainly could. You can see it in the lower right side. I can say none, or I can have it show up as soft. So there's lots of different possibilities here for the watermark that you can choose from with this drop down here. In this case, because I see that the maker station's already on the bus, I'm probably not going to do that watermark there, but you certainly can. And I also have categories here. I'm going to put this under promotions because this is a promotion that's coming up. All of these categories are in here. And then I'm going to choose how I want to post this and if I want to include it in my queue or not. Queue is lining stuff up according to a calendar of events that you have for your posts. So you can click and drag these anywhere you want on the calendar. I know it looks a little intimidating right now, but you can break this down. In the colors on the right-hand side are all of the different categories that you can choose from. And you can tap that checkbox and check all of them off. And then you can uncheck all of them. So if it's a little overwhelming, this is how I like to go. And I'll look at, okay, when are all of my main topic going to be going out? When is my blog going to be going out? And that sort of thing. So you can just check these off to see. And again, click and drag and move things around in here. This is just a default, so you could certainly move things. And the same goes with your different platforms. You'll have to choose a category, obviously, to see. But if you just wanted to see when Facebook is going to be going off, this is a way to do that. So really nice to be able to have the scheduler be so simple. And this is what I have in queue. So you saw that I just posted this. It has all of my dates. If I want to edit, I can with the drop-down box. And I can go in here and say, I think I'd like to just post this once a week leading up to the event. And yes, you can put an end date on these as well. You can take it out manually, or you can put a date in there as well. I want to be able to say that I just want to do this once a week leading up to it. And then I just add it to queue. And there we go. Now, another really neat feature in here, you see that, there's no sent, obviously, because I haven't sent anything. That's the schedule again. This we're going to work with in a little bit. This is bulk tips that you can post. And Gemini, I'm going to ask about RSS feeds because I want to have some content that I don't necessarily have to be coming up with all the time because I'm pretty busy, especially with our season coming up this summer. So I'm asking for some RSS feeds that Gemini can recommend. Gemini used to be Google Bard, and it's just so much nicer. I really enjoy using it so far. And I'm just going to go in and ask for some URLs for some RSS feeds that I can add in here. RSS feeds are basically other people's material with blogs that they want to have shared, because the more their information is shared, the greater it is for their company for links back to their content. So it helps them, it helps us, it's a win-win. So definitely something that I really like to use. I don't like to do this on my Instagram. I like to do it just on my Facebook, just to keep some fresh ideas out there. Instagram, I might do something a little different. And I also like crafting parties, so I might include some children's party ideas. I'll include wedding ideas, and I'll change my hashtags in there as well. So when I go into my queue and I look to see everything that's posted, look at that. It's just boom. And it just took a couple of minutes to do with an RSS feed, has my own post. But what if I want to have tips that I post, on my tips category? Well, that is something that I'm going to want to do using the AI writer. So I'm going to delve into the AI writer in here and show you how absolutely amazing that is in order to be able to get your posts up that are relevant to your website and interesting tips, all using AI writer. So now we're going to be using this in a second. I'm going to upload a CSV file, but I'm going to use the AI writer that's included in your trial. I've opened up everything so you can explore this at your leisure. But after the 7-day trial, those are going to close down. The only one that's going to be open to you is going to be this one that I'm showing. So how do you do bulk? Well, you can use Google Gemini, which is what I've been using. You can use ChatGPT, and I think there's a third one in there as well that you can also use if you want for your AI. And there are some instructions here. You can watch the video, and you can go ahead and use whichever one that tickles your fancy. There's a lot of videos on how to set up and sign up for ChatGPT, and I'll have you watch that again at your leisure. And I'm just going to go ahead and get started. On the left-hand side, a lot of this is going to look familiar to you because this is your company profile that you filled out in the very beginning. And in this instance, I want to find 10 different tips that I can offer to people who are getting married and want to have centerpieces and maybe want to do a bachelorette party so that their folks that are coming in can help create these beautiful centerpieces. So I'm going in here and I'm going to go to industry tips, and I'm going to go ahead and write down quickly what I'm looking for, and I'm going to let the AI writer really run with it. It's going to talk about the conversation style that I want and all of that. So I'm just going to add a few extras in here that I feel might be relevant, and then I just say go. And look at that. Just simply click the boxes in the upper right corner to copy it, and I'm going to paste this into Google Gemini. And then look, all of that information comes back. I'm just going to scroll through and look at it briefly. And I like what I see. And then I'm going to scroll down and choose one of the options on the left-hand side. You're going to notice some things that open up there. And if I scroll down a little bit, it's going to format everything for me so that I can copy and paste it into a CSV file. So I copy there on the left, I paste on the right, and then I can select column A in the sheets, choose data, and then split text to columns. And then I'm going to go to separator at the bottom and select semicolon, and make sure the links to your website are the same on the CSV spreadsheet. And then I'm going to click File and Download to CSV. One of the things that I'm going to copy as well is the titles that are in one of the CSV files. If you're having trouble uploading this, it's probably because these titles aren't complete on the top. Just simply copy and paste from the downloadable sheet that's available to you in GotClick Social and be able to paste those all in, and you'll be set. So I've downloaded that sheet. I'm going to go in here and grab it and then just paste it in. You can see on the right-hand side, it'll say if you're having trouble, these are ways you can do it. Usually what it is it's that the header with all the titles. And now that I've got it up, I'm just going to go into my queue and look. I've got content, and it's taken me, 15 minutes to do? Really fast, really easy, really relevant, and really effective. So if I go in here, I can see that it has my imagery from my website, grabbed it from the meta description, and all the tips are available in there. So a great way for you to get started with GotClick Social, and thank you so much for playing along with the 7-day challenge.